Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Tourism Tuesday Berryville, Clarke County edition. So I'm back on the Zooms with Martha Reynolds. She is the executive director for the Barns of Rose Hill. And as always, full slate of things that are happening and going on there at the Barns, Martha. You never take a breather, I don't think, do you?
No, there's really not much of one. We often say that spring tends to be slow for us as other attractions start to become a buzz again and people get outside more because the weather's nice. Well, that did not happen this spring here. There was enough rain that everybody kept coming out to the barns. So we said, okay, come on out. We're always happy to have you. So we had a very successful spring season, lots of great concerts, classes, and we're looking forward to an exciting summer and fall too. So it's very exciting. And we so enjoy the dynamism that we get here because literally every day is different. Nothing is ever the same here, which I do like routine, Janet, but to an extent.
Yes, it's nice that you can have the same things happening, but different people doing them.
Yes.
So it is the same, but different.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good way of putting it.
The rain is somewhat of a blessing as well because there were probably people that came that had never been there before. And because they couldn't go do whatever outdoor activity they wanted, they discovered the barns and now you're likely going to keep them for a while.
Oh, absolutely. We did a fantastic screening of a John Prine tribute concert film called You Got Gold. And I had more new people here at the Barns than I have seen at one show in probably a year. And it was pouring down rain, and people came out to see a great tribute film, and it worked so well. And I am so delighted to welcome those people right on back.
I'm sure we're going to end up at some point in the next several weeks or months with more and more rain because we're coming into that season, thunderstorms, the whole 9 yards. The other great thing to do at the Barns when it's raining outside is walk around your galleries because you do such an outstanding job of setting up all the different exhibitions. What do you have on tap?
I think I told you earlier this year when we talked, Janet, that we were really working on getting people into our lower gallery and upper gallery spaces this year because that's something that we've heard a lot of, that people want more art. So we're happy to oblige. So we always have two exhibitions going on simultaneously now, which has been very fun because sometimes they match up and sometimes they don't. But that's better because it just gives you a nice feast for the eyes. Right now we have color stories continuing on through mid-month, so through June 13th. It's a contemporary art exhibit. We don't do a lot of those, but I'm describing it as one of the most uplifting exhibits that we've had in recent memory because it's all color swatches, all very vibrant stripes. It is just so delightful to walk in the space and experience color in that way. Because you don't come at it with preconceived notions, it's contemporary. It's really lovely and it's a totally different experience. So I've been enjoying that. But we're excited because we're going to be welcoming an artisan. His name is Jackson Foster, and he is a historic sign maker. So he has done all sorts of extensive research on historic tavern signs. And so that is part of our VA 250 programming. He has a collection of signs that he has reimagined for us that will be on display in our upper gallery. He uses reclaimed wood, authentically created nails and hanging systems. So we're very excited about this. And actually, some people might recognize him. He goes to Waterford Fair every year. That's how I found Jackson. And I think he is the perfect fit for VA 250. So that should be very exciting.
You're right. Those could not be more different.
No, absolutely. Definition of a juxtaposition there, Janet.
And then tell me about the Quiet Vast.
So the Quiet Vast is really exciting. I reached out to Suzanne and Chris Bowers. Suzanne is the president up at Firehouse Gallery now in Charlestown, West Virginia. We did a collaborative exhibition with Firehouse Gallery in wintertime last year, and we really enjoyed it. Suzanne and her husband Chris are photographers. Their work, interesting, we're talking about juxtapositions, it varies pretty widely. So hers tends to be softer, more floral, feminine, and his work is more stern, severe. And so they're going to create this duo exhibition for us called The Quiet Vast, an exploration of this space between the two works. So it's really interesting. And she's also unveiling some new astrophotography for us. And that, I tell you, is stunning work. So if you like the phases of the moon, if you like to see those beautiful shots of night sky that they take in Arizona, these are exactly like that. And that's going to be here on display from June 19th through August 1st. So perfect for summertime. It's going to be really lovely.
To wrap up the summer, you're bringing color back again of sorts.
Yes. This is very fun. We connected with Leonor Brazão, and she is a Portuguese artist, and she has done several series that are connected to color and music, and her representation of different artists in different musical fields. And so it's a little bit eclectic, a little bit more contemporary, but it's really gorgeous and very fun work. You feel it. You feel the music when you're in with the work. She's going to integrate music as part of it. So she plans on having QR codes so people can really immerse themselves in the experience of the gallery. You scan a QR code and you get directed to a piece of music that was part of the inspiration for her work. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and that will be here in August and September.
I think that's one of the ways QR codes in particular, but technology in general has really transformed how an artist is able to make that connection with someone through their work. Because to look at something is one thing, but if you can look at something, scan a QR code, and then hear the music that
Right.
was the inspiration, or listen to them tell you what they were thinking or how they were inspired, it really does create such a stronger connection. So I love that so many artists are taking advantage of that technology.
Oh, absolutely. I think there tends to be an aversion to technology right now. I totally understand where that's coming from, but I do think that creative people, they can use it to their benefit just like that to create more immersive experiences. And honestly, some of my favorite exhibitions that I've been to in recent memory have utilized technology and audio visual components to enhance the experience. It can only make it better.
So the antithesis to technology is the VA 250.
Right. That's absolutely right. I'll get
You
my
mentioned
quill out.
right, yes. You mentioned Jackson Foster a second ago, but you have a whole bunch of things that you're doing at the Barns to celebrate VA 250.
Yeah, we're working with our local American Legion, Post 41, to produce a Forging a Nation film series. So we've got some mainstream movies coming to town. We're going to do some popcorn and not only celebrate how America has been portrayed in film, but also we're going to take a little contradictory look. We'll be starting every screening with a few things that they got wrong as part of the films, just to enhance the experience and remind everyone that movies you should take with a grain of salt.
Yeah, movies are not news.
Right.
Therefore, they have a little more creative license.
Absolutely. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And when you're getting Mel Gibson and Daniel Day-Lewis in there, it's like, we forgive them a few inaccuracies, don't we?
That sounds like an interesting series.
Yes, it should be a lot of fun. So we have a couple coming up. We have one coming up in June, July, and we'll do one in October as well. We don't often do movies here. A different experience for people, a way to classic Americana films that you can enjoy on the big screen that you may not have seen for many years. So it should be fun.
One of the things that you are known for are concerts and your musical performances, and you have a whole concert series that you're doing in conjunction with the VA 250.
Absolutely, yes. That was really our first dabble into the VA 250 project with the Clarke County VA 250 committee. We really wanted to hone in on the artistic side of the celebration. So we created a Roots of a Nation concert series that's supported by Virginia Humanities. Our first show was fabulous. It was Brad and Ken Kalodner, and we've had Hubby Jenkins, and we're continuing on that path with some really notable artists, including Cathy, Fink, and Marcy Marxer, who are going to be here with their From China to Appalachia program later this month, June 19th. We have the Hot Seats, who are they're a little bit more interesting. They like to describe themselves as a string band, but they get a little bit more funky with it. So they're based in Richmond, but a lot of people will recognize Rudy Bizdick, who is a big part of that group. And then we have Larry and Joe coming in November. Larry and Joe we're describing as a Pan-American roots because Larry and Joe are from totally different worlds, but they show how music combines. So we've got harp combined with guitar and banjo. So that should be very fun. A little bit of Venezuelan influence mixed with Appalachia. Eclectic, but also very fun and interesting. And then finally, tried and true, we're sticking with Critton Hollow String Band. Everybody loves them. They've been doing it for more than 50 years now, and there's nobody that does traditional music better than they do.
In this concert series, the fact that it's running, you've got June, September, and November. I asked you before we started recording about whether or not all of your VA 250 things would culminate on the 4th of July. And actually, they will not. You have things planned throughout the year for celebrating the VA 250.
Absolutely, absolutely. The history extended long after the American Revolution, and even the revolution itself continued on past the signing of the Declaration. So that is something that we are continuing and really leaning into. I think everyone is excited about it. And I think it's great that people are being reintroduced to different things that were traditional in the 1700s. So I think for us, it's been fun to reconnect with a lot of the traditional musicians that we've enjoyed over time and to sort of celebrate some traditional instrumentation as well, like the banjo, which never gets enough credit, in my opinion.
My husband 100% would agree with you on that. So tell me about Jules and the Agreeables benefit. First of all, I love that name. I don't know how they came
Oh,
up
I
with that
know.
name, but I love that name.
They're fantastic. It's led by Juliana McDowell, who is a phenomenal singer-songwriter. She dubs it pop Americana. That's a good assessment. She has really great songs. I think they speak to everybody. And she always comes with a great band behind her. And this year, because we generally have our gala in June, but we moved our gala this year to align with our 15th anniversary, which is going to be in September. So in June, we wanted to satisfy the folks that still want to support the Barns with a different kind of fundraiser, which is a benefit concert for us. The Bank of Clarke Foundation is sponsoring the event. The funny thing is, I don't think people realize that really their ticket price, that pays for the artist. It covers like basically at cost that program. We're not making revenue off of that. So that ticket that you're buying, it's not keeping the lights on. It's not keeping the HVAC working in the summer months. We have to fund those in other ways, largely through private philanthropy. So this benefit concert, really the intent is to get people to support while enjoying themselves through a concert. I think it's the best of both worlds because you get to support the Barns of Rose Hill while enjoying a very great local band. So actually they're called the Agreeables because apparently they do whatever Juliana wants.
I love that for her.
I know, I do too.
And you make a good point when you talk about how ticket prices barely just practically get you to a break even status. I wonder how many people assume that the artists that you have there are doing it for free because you're a nonprofit. And that isn't
Oh,
at all the
no.
case either.
No, and we don't want that, certainly. The artists that we bring in, we want to support too. That's a core part of our mission and what we do, our partnership with the Virginia Commission for the Arts. There's a lot of commitment to supporting local artists and musicians like Juliana and her group. I think it's really important to share with people that yes, the artists deserve to get paid for their time and their talent. Absolutely. But that doesn't leave us with any extra at the end of the day. So I think it's important to showcase that, but also to say, hey, here we've got this really fun program coming up on June 27th. It's going to be a blast. The ticket price is a little bit higher. We've got a $30 ticket for standing room, so you can dance in the back, and we'll have some seats in the front, which will be a little bit more expensive than our typical ticket, right around $50. We're leaning into that community support to rally behind. But again, you're going to get some great music on top of it. So I feel like it's a win-win.
I will say, from everything that I have ever learned about the Barns, you're not going to have a problem selling those tickets.
No,
So if
no.
someone's listening and they're thinking, I definitely want to go, they better be getting their tickets now because you will
Absolutely.
likely sell out.
Absolutely. We're very happy about that. We're really leaning into this too. We're going to have local wine. We're going to have a food truck. So absolutely, it is going to be a very fun time and a really good opportunity to just come out and celebrate all the things that everyone loves about the Barns, a local arts center, local musicians, local. So very much a celebratory event for us as well.
And then coming up in July, Larry Keel and Jon Stickley duo are coming back. I feel like you've talked about them before.
Yeah, I have. This is a big deal for us. We haven't had Larry Keel out in a very long time, and there's very few rivals in the world of flatpicking bluegrass. He's really an exceptional musician, and Jon Stickley is really his only comparison. So this is going to be a phenomenal show. We've been looking forward to it for a while. I was looking at my calendar today thinking, gosh, we're still a month out. I can hardly wait. That's coming up on July 11th. I've been telling everybody 7-Eleven, easy way to keep it in your head. And that one will 100% sell out. It's also a bluegrass and barbecue series show, which means we'll have barbecue here from Jordan Springs Market. So there's really no going wrong with that concert. That's going to be a great one.
And you're still looking for a sponsor for that particular concert, which is another way that people can support the Barns and still get to
Absolutely.
have a really fun time at a concert.
Absolutely. We love our sponsors, and our sponsors, we want to make them feel good too. So we'll make some arrangements with some front row seats and things like that just to sweeten the pot. And that really makes it better for everybody.
I want to talk about Orange on the Blue Ridge. I think we've talked about it before because you did this last year and
Yes.
now it's coming back.
Yes.
And it was not at all what I thought it was when
Ah,
I heard about it the first time, but then you explained it to me, and I am very excited that it's coming back.
yes, we are too. This will actually be our third iteration of it this year. It has sold out the last 2 years. We've done two shows each year, and it's really a beautiful and touching story. It's sort of semi-autobiographical by a former Commonwealth's attorney, Sunny Makel. It's really a beautiful take on her experiences in her time, paired with some of the most phenomenal local musicians we have in this area. And so you really get this beautiful story paired with this gorgeous music. It's a folk opera, but it's a musical, but it's everything in between. It's really uplifting, really catchy. Honestly, there's a couple of songs in there you're going to be singing 3 days later. Nathan and I can't get our director of operations and programs. We just can't get it out of our heads. We'll be humming and tapping our toes to it for the next 2 weeks after it airs in August.
Like you said, it's sold out traditionally before. So while we
Absolutely.
may be talking about something now that's not happening until late August, tickets are on sale now. People shouldn't wait until August and
That's
decide that's
right.
when they're going to go because they might lose out.
That's right. We warn people about particular shows for a reason. Fortunately, with there being 2 days, that gives you a couple opportunities. But still, if there's a day that you absolutely can't do, then you better get your tickets for the other day.
And then before we wrap up, I want to talk a little bit about the endowment giving. You're on the last year, I believe, of
Last
your
year.
10-year endowment chase.
Woo! Yes, that is right. Yes, the goal being to raise $100,000 annually that is matched by the Eugene B. Foundation. And it's been a long time coming. We're excited because after 10 years, I think we will have a very, very healthy investment investment portfolio behind us, and that's going to sustain the barns for many, many years to come. We're very proud of how our investment team is doing, and we're really already seeing those investments work for us. And I think people forget that because they want to support the programs that they're seeing tomorrow, but this is about the programs that your grandkids are going to be coming to. And so I think that's the assurance that the endowment gives, and that there's something really beautiful about that.
It speaks to what we were talking about earlier in that you want to be able to still have concerts and to do these benefits and to have things that raise money because you do need to keep the lights on. The beauty of this endowment is as it grows, it's going to start covering some of those expenses. So not only can you continue to do what you're doing now, you might even be able to do more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because over time, the idea is that this could eliminate overhead costs entirely and cover all of that you would otherwise need a lot of effort to support. So that just means that more goes back into programming, as you said, Janet. So I think that's an exciting prospect to look forward to as well, because I think anybody who knows the barns, you can see how much our programming has evolved over time. You start with a few things every year, and we found an old schedule that had maybe 6 concerts over the course of a year, and look at us now doing 60 shows. So it's a big deal, it's a big jump, but that evolution doesn't come without tremendous community support, obviously. So our endowment campaign officially ends on August 31st this year. So we are steadily making our way to that $100,000 goal. And honestly, I always say there's no such thing as a small gift, because when it gets matched dollar for dollar, that is tremendous impact, especially when that gets invested right back into the barns.
I just had a conversation last week with Robin Miller from Watts, and she was
Yes,
talking about they have a Heroes for Watts program and people can give $10 a month. And she often has people that apologize to her that they can only give $10 a month. And she says, no, you don't understand. The more people that we get that can do $10, that $10 makes a difference. Well, in your case, even if it's $10, $100, $1,000, it becomes
that's right.
$2,000, $200. That is the magic of a match.
Yeah,
Always tell people, hey, if they've got a match, you give to them whatever you can give because they're going to get
absolutely.
double on the other side.
That's right. I'll take 50 cents, honestly, because that's going to be a dollar that's going to go toward the Barns of Rose Hill, and it's going to be important to us in 5 years. It's going to cover those things that we really need. So I really do encourage everybody to get on this, because guess what? We need every bit of every support we can get to cross that finish line. And honestly, there's something so satisfying about that. It's like running a marathon, but like every year we're running a marathon. So
In your
we're
10-year long marathon.
that's
It's
right. We're very, very close, and we're happy to be there.
So you mentioned a second ago that you've moved your gala from June to September. So you're going
Yes.
to have your 15th anniversary gala September 19th. Will
Mhm.
you have, I guess, then by then, an idea of whether you've met this goal and this will be part of that celebration?
That's part of the hope as well, too, is that we'll be able to celebrate the culmination of this tremendous campaign. We really want to lean into not only the celebration of that 10-year endowment, but also our 15 years of being here in the town of Berryville. It's definitely going to be a very celebratory event.
Now, will you have that there at the Barns? Do you do it offsite? How does that event work?
We do it on site. It feels good to be in this space, and there's nothing that rivals it. This year, we're actually planning on bringing in Furnace Mountain Duo to join us. It's very untraditional for a gala, but Morgan Morrison and Dave Van Deventer, Morgan being our program director for about 10 years before she left a few years ago to pursue her own music. It's going to be great to have them back in the space for that. Every time they're here, it just feels like a homecoming. And so it felt like we had to absolutely incorporate them into this celebration. So that's going to be just one more exciting thing to have as part of this fundraiser. So something to look forward to.
I love that you've done that. And isn't Morgan part of Orange on the Blue Ridge?
She sure is. Yes. Yes. She is really I don't know if I would say it's an official title, but really the musical director for the show. Sunny gave her a lot of lyrics that she then put to music. So lots of inspired sound coming out of what she's been producing there. Yeah. Just
And if anyone's listening and thinking, wait a minute, I know that Dave guy. Where do I know that name from? He's done the show before.
Fiddlin' Dave and Deventer, yes, Watermelon Pickers Test, both longtime members of Furnace Mountain Band, which a lot of our long timers and board members like to refer to Furnace Mountain Band as our house band because they just feel so good here. There's no other space to experience them better.
I love that. And I think they probably just are like a little, oh.
Yeah, I think they like to feel that way too. Yes.
So where can people go to find all of the details about all of the things that we've talked about today, but then all the things that we didn't have time to talk about?
Absolutely, because there's a lot more, Janet. BarnesBroshill.org, our website, is always the best place. I tell people all the time, though, Google just gets better every day with AI. So if you're ever struggling to find something and you even have a small inkling of what you're looking for, you can always just, hey, Google Critton Hollow Barns, and it'll probably show up. So use the tools at your disposal. But we're also, of course, on social media. Our Facebook is now 10,000 followers strong. So we do a lot on social as well. So especially last minute updates, things that maybe got added to the calendar late. That's the best place to hear about them as well. Because honestly, Janet, sometimes we just can't pass things up.
You can't say no.
No, it's very hard.
And you have a pretty great newsletter that you send out as well that people should sign up for.
Absolutely. And there is a link at the bottom of our homepage that says subscribe to our newsletter. And all you have to do is enter your name and your email and you get on that list. It's really good. We do a monthly preview of the month ahead. And we also do some ticklers throughout for people who we think will like certain programs. So if you've attended a couple bluegrass shows, we might just send you a little notice about some upcoming bluegrass to see. We like to stay connected.
Martha, thank you for taking the time to give me an update. I'm excited. You're going to have a pretty full and fun summer ahead of you.
I think so. So hopefully we got some good weather ahead and we'll look forward to it.
But as we said in the beginning, you can have bad weather.
Bad
weather
weather's
come inside
fine
to the
too.
barns.
I'll take it.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.